Hello everyone, my name is Sushil. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So we have seen some basic functions with the time periods. Okay, so now we will see different thing like fundamental time period, and we will see also what is the difference in between the time period and fundamental time period of the functions. Okay, so without getting any delay, let's get started. So here I'm going to give a note. A note is like that. Note. Here I'm saying that fundamental time period is nothing but the least value of the time period of any single valued function. Okay, this is the note only. Okay, so I'm going to write here fundamental time period is minimum of time period of function. Okay, this is the note. Okay, so we need to focus only on this point. Okay, so what is the meaning of this statement we will see with the help of one example. Okay, so I'm going to take one example like y is equals to mod of sin x plus mod of cos x. Okay, this is the example that is given to us. Okay, we will understand what is the difference in between the fundamental time period and time period of the function. Okay, so I have written here fundamental time period of the function will be the minimum value of the time period of any function. Okay, what is the meaning of time period of the function? If anywhere it is written like that, like f of x plus t, if it is we are getting from this like f of x, then this will be time period of this function. Okay, now what we'll do, we will minimize this value of time period, then only we can get the fundamental time period. Okay, so first we will find the time period of any function. Okay, so this function, time period of this function will be like the time period of this function will be pi. This will be pi. I have already given you a note in the previous tutorial. Okay, so what is the way to find the time period of any function? So we will simply do the LCMs. Okay, so time period will be LCM of pi comma pi. Whatever the functions are in the sum of sum, then we will get time period by taking the LCM of individual time periods of the functions. Okay, so this is how we can find the time period of the function. This is going to be pi. Okay, now we will see whether this is fundamental time period or time period. Okay, can we minimize this? We will see for another value, like I'm going to write y x plus pi by 2. I will take a value of time period less than pi. Okay, so I'm going to take it as a pi by 2. Okay, so what we'll do, we will simply put this replace the value of x from x plus pi by 2. Then what we will get, sine of s x plus pi by 2. Okay, mod plus cos of x plus pi by 2. Okay, so this is how we can find. Okay, now what we will do, we will solve this. When we will solve this, this is going to be cos of x this is going to be mod of sine of x. Okay, so again we are getting y. Okay, so what is the meaning of that? We are getting y x plus pi by 2 is equals to y. Okay, so the meaning of that is like this is time period, but this is not ordinary time period. This is time period, and this is actually fundamental time period of the function. Okay, because we have minimized, this is time period, we have calculated this pi as a time period, but we have minimized this time period to a minimum value, and we are getting this as a pi by 2. So this is fundamental time period of function. Okay, this is going to be pi by 2. So this is how we can find, and we can calculate the fundamental time period of the function. Okay, so we need to go with the hit and trial method to get the time period of the, fundamental time period of the function. Okay, if anywhere it is not written that we need to find fundamental time period or time period of the function specifically, then we will go for the simple time period of the function with the way that we have already seen. Okay, so I'm going to take one more example. So I'm going to rub this. Here I have already told you in the previous tutorial that LCM of pi comma 3 not defined. Okay, not defined. Because the meaning of that, I've already told you that LCM of two rationals like pi comma 3 pi is defined, and LCM of two rationals like 3 by 5 comma 5 by 7 is also defined. Okay, but LCM of the two rational, one is rational and other irrational and other is rational, is not defined. What is the meaning of that irrational? Irrational means we cannot fractionalize this 3.1414 like this. This is the value of, we cannot specifically define the value of pi. That's why we are saying because this is approximate value. Okay, so that's why I'm saying that this is irrational. Okay, so this is a note that I've already given to you in the previous tutorial. Okay, so LCM of pi comma 3 is not defined. That means rational, irrational and irrational is not defined, but the LCM of the two irrational numbers is defined. Okay, also LCM of two rational numbers is defined. Okay, so this is the note that you should keep in your mind. Okay, so I'm going to take one more example. Like, so this is the example that I'm going to take. We need to find the time period of the function. Okay, I'm not saying fundamental time period of the function. Okay, so if it is not given specifically, then we will go for the time period of the function. Okay, so what we'll do, we will simply calculate the time period of the function. The time period of this part of the function will be 2 pi by 4 pi. Okay, this is going to be 4 pi, because this is integral of maximum greatest integral of 6x minus 2, and this is minus 6x plus 2 and all. Okay, so this is not time periodic, this is also not periodic, but we know one thing, x can be written as fractional part of x plus integral part of x. Okay, x is the summation of the fractional part of x plus greatest integer value of the x. Okay, so with the help of this, we can simply replace this 6x minus 2 is equals to fractional part of 6x minus 2 plus 6x minus 2. We can write this. Okay, so we will replace this from this. Okay, sorry, I've written here wrong. This is going to be like this, is equals to fractional plus integral part of x. Okay, fractional plus integral is equals to 6x minus 2. This is how we can write. Okay, so we will replace this value with the help of this. Okay, so we will replace this value. So what we will do, we will simply cos of 4 pi x plus integral part of x can be written as 6x minus 2 minus fractional part of 6x minus 2 minus 6x plus 2. Okay, this is how we can write. Okay, so what we'll do, this is going to cancel out each other. Okay, so we will get only this portion and this portion. Okay, we know the time period of this portion. Okay, 2 pi divided by 4 pi. I hope it is clear. Okay, no problem, there should not be any problem. Okay, we know the fraction, the time period of this fractional part is going to be 1. Okay, but we need to find the time period of 6x minus 2. Okay, the fractional part of 6x minus 2. Then what we will do, we will divide the time period 1 with the coefficient of x. That means we need to compress the function. Okay, this is going to be time period of the function. Okay, so this portion we know. So what is the value of this? This is going to be 1 by 2. So this is 1 by 2, 1 by 6. We will take the LCM of both the 1 by 2 and 1 by 6. We will get the time period of this function. Okay, so here time period is going to be LCM of 1 by 2 comma 1 by 6. Okay, is going to be LCM of 1 comma 1 upon SCF of 2 comma 6. Okay, we need to calculate this. This is going to be 1 upon what will be the SCF of this 2 comma 6. How we will calculate? Okay, this is going to be 2 to the power 0, I mean 1, 3 to the power 0. Okay, this is going to be 2 to the power 1 into 3 to the power 1. Okay, so we will take the least SCF, least power of the each and every we can say prime number. Okay, we have factorized these two numbers in the prime numbers. Okay, 2 to the power 1 and 3 to the power 0, 2 to the power 1, 2 to the power 1 and 3 to the power 1. Okay, So here, what is the minimum value of 2 to the power? This is going to be 2 to the power 1. Okay. And here, what is the minimum value of 3 to the 3? That means 0 into 3 to the power 0. This is going to be the time period of, that means 1 by 2 is the time period of this function. Okay. I hope it is clear. You know how to calculate the SCF of two numbers. Okay. If you don't know, I will explain you in, here in the right portion. Okay. Right portion. Okay. So this is how we can calculate the time period of the function. Okay. So I will give you the brief how to calculate the SCF of any function. I mean two numbers, two rational numbers. Now I will tell you how to calculate the SCF of two numbers. Okay. Example, SCF of I am saying 9 comma 12. Okay. I need to find the SCF of these two numbers. SCF is what is the definition of SCF? SCF is the maximum highest common factor, is the value is the maximum value with which when we will divide these number with that maximum value, then we will get the remainder 0. Okay, that is the meaning of SCF. Okay, so I'm going to take this factorize this 3 to the power 2 here, 2 to the power 2 into 3 to the power 1. Okay, I can write this 2 to the power 0. Okay, so we will choose the minimum power of each and every prime number. Okay, so this is going to be 2 to the power 0, 2 to the power 2. Okay, so we will choose 2 to the power 0. Here in the minimum prime number 3 to the power 1, 3 to the power 2. This is going to be 3 to the power 1. This is the SCF of these two numbers, 9 comma 12. Similarly, we can find the SCF of 2 comma 6 also. SCF of 2 comma 6, that means 2 is going to be 2 to the power 1 into 3 to the power 0. This is going to be 3 to the power 1 into 2 to the power 1. Okay, so minimum factors, what is the minimum factor? 2 to the power 1 and 3 to the power 0. This is going to be 2. So this is how we have calculated SCF of these two numbers, 2 to the power 2 comma 6. Okay, so this is the time period of the function. Okay, I hope it is clear. So I hope it is clear to all of you. I have already told you what is the difference in between the fundamental time period and time period of the function, and also I have already told you how to calculate the time period of the function. Okay, we have seen some examples like this, and I hope it is clear to all of you. Now I'm going to stop here. In the next tutorial we will see some more as far as the function is concerned. Okay, till then, thank you guys.